Our crappie's been on the ice all night long. They're nice and cold. Look at that, stiff. Their eyes are still bright, but they're ready to be filleted. Most of the time I do it good, but once in a while I mess up, so hopefully I don't mess up on the get-go. But here's the first one. I like to take my knife. I like it right like that. Then I cut in kind of at an angle till I feel a bone. And then I turn it and just start following that backbone. You hear that backbone down there? Now, when I get down to there, I don't cut through. I flip it over. See that? Just like that. Look how pretty that meat is. And you just cut down into the skin, or not into the skin, but right before you get to the skin, and just pull away. And looky there. You have a fillet. Now, some people like to cut out the ribs, which is not hard. You just kind of go along there. To me, that's a waste of meat, so I save it. And then that's the first one side. Flip over the other side and the same thing, only angle in like that. And then sometimes, there you go, I made it. And go back the other way. And get right there and then flip her over. Get my tail out of the way, lay it down, and then into the meat, and then along the goodies. And there you go. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? I like to put my fish, my scraps, in the bucket, and then I take it to my garden and I put it under my corn or something. It makes everything grow nice. Now we're going to show you how to get head and gut a small bass. I tell you what, they're tasty out of these little ponds around here. So I'll scale it first, which makes it a little easier. I don't want to do too many of these on my porch, because you know who will be yelling at me later? My wife. And I don't like these scales all over the porch myself. I take a knife. You know what works really good is a spoon. The scale, you just kind of go against the scales and they kind of pop out. Once in a while one will hit you in the eye, but it won't hurt you. You won't die. See how that looks? You can go like that and it looks like it's got scales, but you go back that way, you know you got all the scales. So this is how you head and gut a fish. I like to go as far back as I can, right up in here, and go around this section right here. That way I don't lose much meat. But I start down like that. And then, actually I do like that. Do that. And I put the head in the blue bucket. Stick it in there. Pull it out. And pull it all out. I just pulled the guts out, threw it in the pile. Now we got that little, oh, I call it a bloodline right there. I like to take my finger and just pull out. When you get it under the sink, you'll be able to wash it out a little better. But that's how you head and gut a bass. You ever heard the phrase a dull knife is dangerous? Well, it's true. When you're trying to scale a fish or cut a fish and that knife is just, it's so dangerous. You can cut yourself so much easier than with a sharp knife that just kind of glides through the meat. So have a sharp knife. Check that out. Isn't that a mess of fillets right there? If you enjoyed what you saw today and would like to know how to cook these up, Bear is going to cook them up later and show you how to do that. Hit the subscribe button and say you really liked it. Give it a thumbs up.